folks. This morning's soap is from FuzzyFace Soaps, called Fresh Snow. As you can tell, it comes in a tin, and yep, about 3.4 ounces in this tin. At least it was until I started scraping in it. And it's a fairly firm, but once you start scraping, if you're bowl lathering, it's fairly soft. Presses really easy into the bowl. And got my alum block complete with rubber band, and it's getting pretty small up in there. There's witch hazel with aloe, and going to follow up today's shave with Clubman Reserve Brandy Spice. This there's 3 of them. I've got a link down below for all 3 of them. I really like all 3 of them. Yeah, here it is. I have finished up my bottle of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements beard oil, so now I am using Clubman. There is a, I guess you might say, besides the scent difference, this one, of course, you know, definitely is an oil, and it comes out as an oil. This one here is a bit thicker, and I'm not real sure what they've added to it, but in other words, it give you, if you got some that are pretty wild whiskers, you know, it might give you some more form to your beard. Big difference in between the two, at least in my opinion. Blade of the day, Dorco Titan. This is the wrapper that it came in, and the shaver, of course, is right here. Windrose Slant razor. Got a link down below for the Etsy page there. It's as you can tell, there's no overhang here. Open comb design, and this is a heavyweight razor. That's not a hollow handle, in other words. Got the lather whipped up here in the walnut cherry bowl. It's got grooves there to help whip up the lather, and I got it fairly wet here in my Omega S brush. These brushes, I think, are getting to be a little bit harder to find. I kind of noticed that they've creeped up just a bit in price back from when I first bought that one there. Matter of fact, I think I've given 1 or 2 of them away since I first started shaving. The pre-shave is a Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements cube. And the cube is getting smaller, but it's still a pretty good size chunk of pre-shave soap. Kind of tell it didn't take very long for it to work up. This will be my first time using this particular scented soap, but I've used FuzzyFace Soaps before. Pretty good performer in my opinion. The scent of this soap here is, it's hard to describe. It would almost, there's a part of me that wants to say there's vanilla in there, but I'm not real sure. It's a nice, pleasant scent, though, that's for sure. Yesterday's shave was very smooth. Really nice shave. Use a Wilkinson sword blade. Shave was just awesome. It was almost as if there was no blade in it at all. Just removing the shaving cream off of the face. It was really nice. We'll see how this one works. I've used, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the red and white package Dorco. Quite some time ago. I guess you might say I felt like there was a smoother blade out there, so I didn't buy any more of them. When I first started wet shaving, the name that it was packaged under was Pace, and at that point in time, back then, you could probably Kmart around here is closed, but that's where you could find them at. And those blades were not exactly smooth. They were a little rough. But they, even with saying that though, I didn't end up with, you know, weepers, cuts, nicks, or anything. It's just not exactly a smooth shave. Not near as nice as the Wilkinson sword. Those blades are just, in this shaver, perfect match. I mean, that's, wow. It was a really nice shave. I have to say, this is a pretty nice shaver. Can't complain a bit about the shaves that I get with this. Especially putting a Wilkinson sword. I was really surprised. I've got good shades with it before, but not near as smooth and comfortable as it was yesterday. In other words, yesterday, that would have been the one, the video. I mean, it was, not that you could tell on the video, but boy, it was a really nice shave. It's great when you find that match in between blade and shaver. I had noticed, I'm going to see if I can't hunt it down. It may be in the next video I can include it. I found a link for some razor blades. Get 100 Foscod. No, take that back. It was a Derby Premium. 100 Derby Premium blades and 100 Gillette, I think silver blue blades for under $20. Shipped. Now that's a pretty good buy, because Gillette silver blue blades, those are not cheap blades. Usually you pay that much for just the 100 pack. That's 200 blades under $20. That's a good buy, especially those blades. I have to say this Dorco Titan is not quite as nice as the Wilkinson sword that I used yesterday, but still a pretty decent shave. Can't complain really. This scent's pretty nice. I can't quite, it's just a touch of vanilla. In other words, the vanilla, I think it's the vanilla. It's just a touch. Just enough to let you know that it's there. It's not really an in-your-face type vanilla. But there's something else that's in there that might give a person the impression of snow. If I didn't know any better, I think what it is that it's like homemade ice cream. If I didn't know any better. I think maybe that's the reason why I like it. I don't know don't remember, I don't think he's got any more fresh snow on his website. May have to wait till closer to November or December if he comes back out with that scent. Well, got a link to his Etsy page down below. Try to do that because, you know, not everybody shops in the same circles I shop in. Just a little bit of feedback on the Against the Green Pass. This is pretty creamy soap. Yeah, this is going to leave a pretty nice post-shave feel. I should say, if I remember, I'm looking to make sure. Yes, this is tallow. It's got tallow in it. I was watching a video from Flash Boredom, and he is making a comment that he could smell the I guess you might say the tallow in the soap. For my nose, some days I'm lucky just to pick up the scent. But I know some people don't particularly care for tallow, so that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking about one of his soaps, James's soaps. Face feels really good. Like I said, that post-shave it's pretty nice. Creamy, moisturized, face feels good. Matter of fact, if I was looking for a BBS, there's not much left to be picking up there. That's a pretty decent shave. Especially no more time. I mean, face it, 3 passes, not even really trying hard. Just whipping out the shave and get a really comfortable close shave, fairly efficient. Like I say, there might be, if you're looking for a BBS, there'd be a few pickups, but nothing major. The website describes the shaver's aggression as medium. I would put it on the lower end of the medium scale. Close to mild. I can understand where some, depending on what blade you're putting in there, whether it's a medium, a feather blade might pick it up just a tad bit. Use some witch hazel here. But go ahead and pull this apart. I'd have to say the blade worked out pretty well. If you haven't seen one of these blades, that's what it looks like on the inside there. It, depending on what you're looking for, besides the blade performing as you expect it to, I like the darker print. I think it was Astra. I haven't bought any new ones, and I saw a posting the other day where the looks like they went somewhat lighter on the ink. For my old eyes, I prefer something that's a bit darker, easy to read. Especially if you're using those numbers that are on the blade. If you're using the blade for more than one time, just take a Sharpie and mark off the numbers there. That's how I would do it. Typically, I don't use the blade much more than once, except for maybe a feather blade or something along those lines. Face feels wonderful. All 3 scents, they did a good job when they came out with this one here. I noticed though, price-wise, you might want to do some shopping. Prices vary from site to site. This is a 6 ounce, and they do come in different sizes, so That's something else to pay attention to too. But the it's a pretty good value. It does have alcohol in it. Man, that smells great. Probably should show you. That's about the size of the restrictor right there. A little bit larger than some of the other bottles that I remember. Also, the scent profile, I've got it down below. I thought it would be best to put it because I wouldn't trust my nose on what I'm picking up. Double check. I noticed the other day, one time after I got done with the shave, looked up and, oh my goodness, I got a weeper. It didn't even, it didn't even happen till after, well after the shave. At least I didn't notice it. But pretty good shave. Awesome. This shaver is pretty nice. And once again, if you're interested in any of FuzzyFace soaps, he does put some of his soaps in plastic tubs. So in other words, if you're not interested in the tin, he does have some that are in the plastic tubs. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and sweet shaves to you.